And hello, and welcome to the Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell TV show. I am your host, Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell. I want to take this time to wish everybody a very, very happy holiday season and a very prosperous new year in 2020. It's going to be a lot of wonderful changes in your life. No, I'm not predicting the future, but what I am going to predict is that if you keep your mind focused and you stay sharp, okay, and you keep the one above first place, things will be better for your life. I want to thank everyone here at SCC TV that has made this wonderful year absolutely easy. Coming into this studio is absolutely beautiful. To everyone behind the scenes who make me look like $1 trillion in front of the camera, I want to thank you all. And again, I wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very prosperous new year in 2020. This show, of course, is part 3 of a 5-part series of intermediate Taekwondo martial arts. Let's get started. Taekwondo, okay, hey. Hands by my side. Fitness in martial arts is very, very important. As a 54-year-old young man, I feel really great from the top of my hair down to my big toes. And so fitness is very important in martial arts because without having a level of good conditioning and a level of good health and wellness, spiritually, of course, mentally and physically, I cannot do the applications and the techniques that I need to do, not only for myself, but for my students. So I urge you all, never mind this New Year's resolution stuff. Those things come and go. It's like a fad. They're in one week and then they're out the next. Let's have a life change. Let's have a spirituality where we're really going to do what we say that we do. And I tell my students all the time, it's not what you say, it's what you do that defines you. So let's all do something that will definitely define who we are. And if we say we're going to do something, let's go ahead and stick to it. Let's start right now. Never mind the first of the year. Let's start right now because the time is now, because tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So let's appreciate what we have. Let's be thankful for what we have right now, okay? And if you are thankful and if you are grateful for what you have right now, that's when you'll see the prosperity, because God is saying, hey, whoa, they really appreciate what they have. They're thankful for what they have, and they're not frustrated about what they do not have, and that's where God will increase you. So once again, let's get back to our program. So this is part 3 of a 5-part series of intermediate Taekwondo. We're going to get right into Kempo martial arts. This is called green belt, combination 7A and 7B. I cross block, back fist, iron palm. Always landing balance, always have my hands up in a fighting position, okay? Once again, cross block, back fist, iron palm. Kempo is fighting downhill. Kempo does not have a retreat. Kempo's not going side to side. Kempo's going to either stay where we are and stand in our position. I just said a whole lot there. We are either going to stand in our position or we're going to fight and attack forward, okay? So if we have to stand, we're on a defense mode. But when we want to move forward, we're on the attack mode. So I have that same mentality if I'm going to point fight someone. I have that same mentality if I'm going to, of course, do weapons, whatever the case may be, or forms. Everything has to have a standpoint and an attack point. There's no fighting backwards. There's no retreat, no give up, no quit mentality. You cannot quit. People need to see people going through things and not quitting. And people need to hear that there's a higher calling on your life. There's a divine calling on your life. And people need to see people go through some things and come out of it. So now a person that's watching that, they can say, hey, if a divine force, if God did it for them, they could do it for me. So people, when you're going through some tough things, don't give up, don't quit. Go straight through it, okay? There should be there's several Bible phrases that says, if you're gonna go through hell, you gotta keep going through it. Don't stop, don't get a cup of coffee, don't pull over, just keep going straight. It's the same thing with martial arts. There are some kids that have a tough time by doing a kick, cross, and cover. There are some kids that have a tough time with a Buddhist palm, step straight, 3, 4, and a ki. They have a tough time doing that. So what happens is, let's guide people. Wherever God guides you, he will provide for you. Yes, martial arts is very, very spiritual. That's the growth of Taekwondo martial arts, okay? Let's keep going. Now, here we go. Now we're doing 7B. Cross block, step and strike, come down, strike again, elbow strike. Now we're getting into what we call Chinese Jiu Jitsu. It's a foot sweep with my hand. I come into a chamber, the blade of my hand, or a knife hand strike. Pop my hands up, right over left, in a fighting stance. The Kempo fighting stance is open hand. The Kempo fighting stance is not closed. Why is the Kempo fighting stance open hand? Because we have a grappling, we have a stand-up game, and we have a ground game. Our ground game is very, very deadly. We have a great ground game. We can submit someone, we can tap them out, we know how to break fall. Break falls are very important. You have to know how to hit the ground and pop back up, or hit the ground without hurting yourself. Or we can use another body to break our fall as well, okay? And in coming shows in the year 2020, you're gonna see a lot of guests come through here, okay? I have 3 guests already lined up for 2020. I'm excited about it, so I'm looking forward to these guests coming on the show and talking about a variety of subjects between martial arts and, of course, fitness. Fitness is very important, that you have a good fitness component with your martial arts or any type of level of fitness. You got to do something every single day. I don't care if you're walking around the coffee table 10 times. You have to do something. You have to have a level of fitness. Grandma would always say, baby, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So it's very important that you use what you have. Because if God gave me this as a gift to me, what am I going to give back to God as my gift to him? And so therefore, it's imperative that we do something on a fitness level. You have to do something. We're not talking about an Olympic type level. We're not talking about that, people. But something on a fitness level every single day that can get us to us having a health and wellness and a better overall living style that we can definitely live and feel good and invite others to come on. All you can do, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? Here we go. Hands are up. Now, 7A, 7B from a side view. My hands are here. 7A, cross block, back fist, iron palm. Okay? One more time. Cross block, back fist, iron palm. Always landing in a fighting stance, okay? It looks like my hands are in a fist, but they're slightly clenched, just slightly clenched. They're here. My hands are open. So if I want to strike, I can punch, and of course I can kick if I have to, okay? I'm always landing balance. The Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell TV show, this show's about grassroots. I like to explain everything so you can understand and get a good foundation of what Taekwondo martial arts it really is. I have 2 questions. One question comes from Florida, and one question comes from Kentucky. Can you believe that? The bluegrass state. I mean, they're watching these shows on YouTube, so this is great. So to my people behind the scenes, I won't say his name. I didn't get a signed release. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But to the producer and director of this show that's behind the scene, he's listening right now. I love this man to death. He is absolutely amazing here at SEC TV. And because of him and what he does behind the scenes, puts this show out worldwide. When you're on YouTube, you are worldwide, baby. That means you're out there. So I'm going to answer those 2 questions, one from Florida, one from Kentucky shortly. But let's get back into our technique. Now here we go. Hands are up. This is, of course, 7B. Again, cross block, step, and strike. I come down. My elbow's not out. It's in tight. Strike again. Elbow strike. Now a jiu-jitsu foot sweep. pop my hand up here, right over left. Cat stance in the dojo, fighting stance out in the street, okay? Now, here are our questions. The questions from Florida was really pretty cool. I think it was a little kid that was asking the question. And the question goes like this. Kyoshi Bagwell, when you are fighting, what do you think about? Do you think about like eating anything like ice cream? I thought that was the cutest question. It had been from a kid. And the question, and so my answer is this. When I fight, I'm so focused on my opponent. And I'm retired from fighting right now. A lot of people want to see me come back into the circuit and fight, but Herbie Bagwell, I'm retired. Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell's retired. Don't ask anymore. At the end of the day, no, I don't think about eating ice cream when I'm out there fighting. But when I used to fight, I was so focused on my opponent that it was just blocking everything out and focusing on that one individual and focusing not on victory, but focusing on the battle, focusing on the war that was in front of me. And the outcome, because I was so focused, the outcome more times than not was victory. So yes, I got more victories than I do defeats, and they outweigh each other, vastly. I'm in 2 Hall of Fames, and things are just awesome. So thank you for that question down here in Florida. To the question out there in Kentucky, and I've answered this question 100 times, and I have no problem answering it 100 more times. And the question from Kentucky is, Kyoshi Bagwell, how long have you been in martial arts, and what is Taekempo martial arts? I've been in martial arts for 46 years. I started at over in New London, Connecticut with Grandmaster Chuck Merriman in Goju Karate, and that was just amazing. In New London is a place called the Guard Theater, and right across the street was Chuck Merriman's old karate school. That's where I first started. And I drive by there sometimes and my eyes water because that was my beginning. That was my first start, right here, right in New London, Connecticut. Grandmaster Chuck Merriman, I love you so much. Thank you for everything. And then number 2, what is Taekempo martial arts? Taekempo martial arts is a combination of Taekwondo and Shaolin Kempo. I combined them, and it's called Taekempo martial arts, and I'm in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame with the Taekempo martial arts. I'm a first ballot Hall of Fame and 2 different Hall of Fame, so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So thank you for those questions in Florida and Kentucky, okay? Let's get back into it. We're going to stay with Kempo for 1 more belt, then we'll go to, of course, Taekwondo. Okay, all intermediate stuff. Now, here we go. Now, we're going into green-white belt. Green-white belt is combinations 8A and 8B, okay? Again, I will do it towards the camera and, of course, a side view so you viewing at home and online can see exactly what I'm doing. Kempo is relaxed. This is combination 8A, okay? I step to my left, feint block here, okay? After I do this, I grab, okay? I come this way, strike, extract, grab, turn, aya, aya, aya. Okay? Here we go. Watch me again. Now I'm going to use a Buddhist palm. Buddhist palm strike, grab, snap kick, step, cross, back fist, iron palm. I'm showing you how flexible martial arts is. I'm showing you more discreetly how flexible Kempo is. Kempo is a close quarter combat art. I have a book online on Amazon.com. It's called Herbie Bagwell, Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell, Close Quarter Combat Art, Taekempo Martial Arts. It's just, everything is just flowing. It really is. So I thank God for that. But once again, here we go. 8A, Buddhist palm, snap kick, step, cross, back fist, iron palm. You're fighting downhill, people, okay? That's the whole focus. You want your whole life to be downhill. Who wants to go uphill? Who wants to roll backwards? And some of us are just not doing the right thing. And you know you're not doing the right thing. Who wants to live life going uphill? That's like carrying a ball and chain everywhere you go. That's no fun. That's not how you're supposed to live. Okay, submit your life to the divine one. Submit, submit, submit. Some of you think that word submit's a swear word. It's not. Okay, it's called being humble. Here we go. Now, that was 8A. Here comes 8B. Okay? Hands are up. This is only for training purposes. I come up and I strike, grab, turn. Now, let me go back here. When I strike, my strikes are also blocks. If I block hard enough, that block becomes a strike, okay? Now, this one here, self-defense. Straight punch or a hook is coming at me. It really doesn't matter. I'm looking at the person. Watch my right leg. To you, it could be like a left leg, but look at my right leg. As a punch is coming at me, my first move is boom. I'm not going back. No, Kempo does not go back. We go either side to side or we're going to go straight. Okay? Here we go. Hands are up. So I come up here, strike, grab, turn. Watch me. I now have the person like this, but here. Okay? Break, strike, right over left. Cat stance in the dojo, fighting stance out in the street. Okay? Now from a side view, you really get the opportunity of seeing exactly what I have from a side view. Okay? So hands are up. Watch me again. Here we go. Okay? Buddhist palm, meaning I'm blocking a punch, then I grab the person's wrist. Snap kick, step, cross, back fist into an iron palm. Okay? I'm almost going off screen, which lets you know how much space I'm going to close in. I'm also going to show you just how much we're going to fight going downhill. Kempo is about a no quit, no retreat, close combat art. That's exactly what it is. Okay? So I'm now a published author of Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell's Take Kempo Martial Arts, a Close Quarter Combat Art. That book is amazing. It just came out. I'm excited about it. So once again, being a published author now, I put everything into a book so you can, at home, a cup of coffee, tea, crumpets, wherever you're from, you can read the book in the privacy and the comfort of your own home and your own time. And you can read what I have down. And so, again, new levels, new devils. When a nice flower and rose come up, tears come up at the same time. So you cannot come up in society and go to the top without having your haters and negativity come up too. But I can handle all that. That's nothing to me. The most important thing to me is sharing what I have with others. If you don't share what you have with others, then what's the use of having it? Imagine owning a yacht, a beautiful yacht, and you're a trillionaire. But you're on that yacht in the middle of the ocean by yourself with no one to share it with. What fun is that? That's no fun. You want to have family, some close friends who you can trust out on that yacht enjoying that bad baby right along with you, right? So me writing a book, me and my martial arts and my karate school and all that I do, I want to share it, almost give it away to people so they can see the glory, so I can inspire them to write a book. I can inspire them to take martial arts or to stay in shape or to do what have you. You understand? It's about helping others. Okay? So here we go. Once again. Now we're going to do 8B. Okay? Hands are up. I come up and I strike. My strikes are also blocks. Remember that. So I can block and strike, grab, turn. I'm looking at my opponent. Okay? It's a break, strike at the same time, right over left, cat stance in the dojo, fighting stance out in the street, and my hands are open, okay? Take Kempo martial arts, again, is a close quarter combat art. Many of you are not going to understand what I'm getting ready to say, but there was a long time ago where something called a phone booth. Remember the phone booths? If you were at least, I'll say, 48 years and older, maybe I should say 50 and over, you know what a phone booth is, okay? I can remember when a phone booth where you can pay a nickel, and it went to a dime, Then some places had a 15-cent call, true story, and then it went from 15 cents to 25 cents, okay? So I don't know what it is now, but almost everybody and their baby girl and baby boy has a cell phone, so the phone booth has kind of like went away. But at the end of the day, close quarter combat art in Taekwondo, you can fight someone in a phone booth because it's close quarter. Now, if you're 5 or 6 feet away from me, you're not a threat to me. You're not. No matter what you say, you're not a threat to me. It's not what people say. It's what people do that defines them. Write that down. I'll say it one more time, and I'll give this to you for free. It's not what people say. It's what people do that defines them. Remember that. Remember that. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to go into green belt for Taekwondo, and that's called Wanyo. The green belt for Taekwondo, ITF, International Taekwondo Federation. That's who I basically am joined with. I'm not under anyone besides God, so I'm joined up with ITF, International Taekwondo Federation. That's the federation that I respect, okay, along with my Taekwondo. We bow, Jun B, Hana. I'm gonna go real slow with Wanyo. I look to my left, 1, 2, lift punch, 3, chamber. 1, 2, lift punch, 3, punch, chamber, okay? When we punch at Bagwell Academy of Martial Arts, we focus on the first 2 knuckles. The first 2 knuckles is what we focus on. You don't focus on the whole hand because you end up breaking your wrist, fracturing your hand, quite possibly even hurting your elbow. I've seen it before, okay? So when you punch, you focus on the first 2 knuckles. You see, this is boxing 101. When a person learns how to box, we basically do it in a rhythm. And you can see how it's like a rhythm here. It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm, right? So when you jab, boom. When you punch, boom. Now you can notice now, after I jab, when I punch, I don't drop my hand. A lot of rookies do this. Why would you do that? Because if you're fighting a counterpuncher, as you're punching and you drop your hand, you're going to get hit. I'm a 54-year-old young man. I don't heal like I used to, so I don't want to get hit. So I have to be smart, right? So after I jab, it comes right back. After I punch, it goes right back. I don't drop my hands. So focus on the first 2 knuckles of your hands, okay? Elbows in, no chicken wings. Here, okay? Here we go. Now, let's get back to it. This side again. 1, 2, 3, chamber, okay? Here we go. I'll do a short side kick. I kick, side kick, double knife 1, come forward, double knife 2. These are all back stances. Double knife 3. I'm going to back up so you can see the whole technique. After my 3rd double knife, feint block, come forward, spear finger, ki-ai. Aya, okay? Tuck in your thumb. This is a spear finger, okay? This is a knife hand, okay? Spear finger. This is a ridge hand. Know what you're doing, okay? Right here, spear finger. Here and here, okay? This and here, knife hand, ridge hand, knife hand, spear finger, ridge hand. Know your techniques, people. Know them, okay? So we have a spear finger here, okay? So after spear finger, chamber, turn, 1, 2, lift punch, 3, chamber. My back is to you only for a moment. 1, 2, lift punch, 3, chamber. Now, I don't want to go away from you, so I'm going to come here, okay? I step out, middle block, okay? I do a short front kick, kick, punch. This is called a circular block, okay? Kick, punch, okay? Let me just back up some. I want you to watch the transition. When people are doing a back leg side kick, the most important thing they need to do okay? They have to turn their whole hip. And a lot of people are not doing that. They're doing something, a rendition of, or they're doing half. You got to turn your whole hip. Now, let me just clarify a couple things here before I go any further. When you're doing a back leg side kick, back leg side kicks are not recommended in point fighting. Why? Because it goes so fast. However, if you are in good shape, your lower back, your obliques and your abs and your lower abs, and you are in good physical shape, if you're fighting someone and you can come around fast, that's fine. A lot of people can't do that. I don't recommend back leg kicks unless that particular karate student, that martial artist I should say, it has fast feet. A lot of folks can't do back leg kicks because a back leg kick requires you to square your body up first before that kick comes around. So if you can throw a back leg kick and you can throw it fast, then you throw it fast. If you're not going to do it fast, don't do it. Now, this is Taekwondo. This is called Wanyo. I had to clarify that because I heard some discrepancies at a tournament this past year. I won't say which one it was, but I heard a discrepancy about back leg roundhouse or even a back leg side kick. I can see a back leg roundhouse, but a back leg side kick, it really takes the whole body to come around. I'm going to demonstrate that very, very slow, okay? So after I punch, I get into a fighting stance. I'm going to throw a back leg side kick very slow. Chamber kick to forearm block. Watch me again. Watch how I get my whole body around. You see my lead foot? My lead foot's going to end up facing a 100-degree turn that way. Once again, and this is so important. So now I'm in a fighting stance. Yes, my right hand is in the front. Why? Because I'm doing a back leg right side kick, okay? So from here, watch me again. I turn, side kick to forearm block. High chamber, Now, there's two types of endings. So let me just come here with the ending. I'm here. Some people, which is fine. You got ITF, you got World Taekwondo, but the difference is you'll have, say you got like 14, we'll take an even number. You have 14 different Taekwondo instructors, 7 ITF, 7 World Taekwondo. I bet you'll see about at least 9 different endings. That's how it works. Everyone's house is not going to be the same as everybody else's house. Just because you're Roman Catholic in this particular house and the Roman Catholic over here, you're going to see some different rituals. That's how it works. But the end goal or result could be the same. Okay? That's how it could be the same. Okay? Let's rehash. We went over Kempo, green belt, 7A, 7B. We went over Kempo, green white belt, 8A and 8B. We went over, again, Taekwondo for green belt, which of course is what? Wanyo. Green belt's Wanyo. Okay? The 5P principle, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I'll say it again. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It's so important, instructors, all due respect, that when you're teaching your students, you tell them about the 5P principle. Everything is about, it's about a spirituality. It's all about everything coming together at the end. No quit, no retreat, no give up mentality. Okay? You have to have these philosophies, people. You have to believe in something or you'll fall for anything. Okay? So with that being said, I wish everyone a happy holiday and wonderful season and a most prosperous new year. For myself, for everyone here at SCC TV, and for all of you watching across the world, my name is Kyoshi Herbie Bagwell. I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you, and good night.